What is up, guys? It's Jacob from QuadHunting, and today I'm going to talk some Lions news. It's kind of the dead part of the offseason. The drafts happen, but training camp hasn't started yet. We had the rookie mini camp happened. Not too much to report on that. It's just rookies and guys that haven't been in the NFL long playing football in shorts and jerseys. So not much to talk about there. But what we're going to do today is do our way too early schedule predictions. I'm going to do my own, and then throughout the summer we'll be adding on Justin's, and we'll be adding on a couple of other people, and we're going to have a competition throughout the year to see who will end up having the most right and such. So we're starting off with week 1. It's against the Cardinals. It is in Detroit, and it's a 1 o'clock game. I love those games. Those have always been my favorite. And it's September 10th. It's opening weekend, so standard. No special football game there, except it's against the Cardinals. Cardinals have a good defense. Carson Palmer's getting older. Father Time seemed to caught up with him a little bit. Behind Carson Palmer, though, they're pretty good. Larry Fitzgerald, or not, they're okay at quarterback up behind Carson Palmer. Backups as far as that, they don't really have anyone that you would throw out there as a starter. They have David Johnson, one of the best running backs in the league. Might be number one or number 2, depending on how you feel about Ezekiel Elliott. But yeah, David Johnson's definitely up there. Chris Johnson backs him up. Found that out the other day when I was talking to Justin in one of our previous videos. Getting off track. Wide receiver, they're great with still Larry Fitzgerald is still there. Defensively is what they've been their forte the last couple of years. In my way too early prediction, I'm going to say the Lions beat the Cardinals. I think it's going to be a close game. It could be a statement game where Stafford comes out and just lights it on fire and kills everyone, but it could also be that way for Carson Palmer. He's had the whole offseason where people are like, he's old, he's not going to be able to do it. It could be a game where he shuts up a lot of doubters. But I'm having the Lions win in a close game. So 1-0. I should do it this way. 1-0. It's on your screen. To me. Okay. Whatever. Okay, then we go to New York to play the Giants. Going to go to the Meadowlands, and that is a Monday night game. That is 8:30. I don't like having to wait the whole weekend to get to the game I really care about, but that's what we have to do a couple times this season. So playing the Giants, I don't know how to really feel about the Giants. They beat us last year. That was when Stafford had his broken finger. So healthy Stafford, who knows how that game goes, I feel like it would have gone with a win. Eli Manning's getting older. Still no real running back there for them. I'm going to say the Lions again. I'm trying not to do too many, Lions win this, Lions win, Lions win. I'm trying to be optimistic here because right now, early offseason, no reason to be pessimistic at this point. But so yeah, I'm going to say the Lions win and go 2-0 on the season so far. But we're going to go play the Falcons next on a normal Sunday 1 o'clock game. It's at our house, but I'm going to have the Falcons beat us. They made it to the Super Bowl. No matter how many times people want to say, oh, they had a 25-point lead. They were up 28-3. They made it to the Super Bowl. Even if they crap the bed in the Super Bowl, they still made it. So I'm going to have the Falcons beat the Lions and give the Lions the first loss of the season. Then we will go to the Minnesota Vikings, play in their nice new stadium. It was new last year. Still new. But it depends on what Vikings we get here. Adrian Peterson's gone. Who knows what's going to happen to Teddy Bridgewater. Sam Bradford's there, but is he really the answer? So, again, questions at quarterback. These games are close. Their defense is stellar. It's going to be I think it's going to be one of those games where we win last drive if we win. It's going to be whoever has the ball last. Because I was optimistic the first 2 games. I'm going to say the Vikings. We'll lose to the Vikings in Minnesota. But, 2-2. 2-game losing streak. Everyone's going to be calling for Caldwell's head. It's what's natural. The Panthers then come up north. And what Panthers team are we going to get this year? Are we going to get the Super Bowl, the team that made it to the Super Bowl a couple years ago? Or are we going to get the team that showed up last year? Same question for Cam Newton. That all depends on if it's last year's team, we're going to beat them. If it's 2 years ago's team, they're going to beat us. So it's one of those. I'm going to say last year was a fluke, and that Cam Newton is better than what he showed last year, and that whole team as a whole is better than what they showed last year. So I'm going to have the Panthers beating the Lions. 3-game losing streak. The fan base is starting to go a little crazy. Then we go down to New Orleans. We've played, I think someone posted it, and they'd mentioned, we've played in New Orleans the last 3 years in a row. How does that happen? But anyways, we have New Orleans at their house. We destroyed them last year. It was our best game we played. Drew Brees, it was the first time he didn't throw a touchdown inside his home field in I don't know how many games. It was insane how well the Lions played there. I tend to believe that that'll continue. I love Brees. He's probably my favorite quarterback behind Stafford, but I think you're starting to see that. They didn't do too much to give him help. They traded away one of his best receivers in Brandon Cooks to the Patriots. So, yes, I don't know. I'm going to say Lions win. 3-3. Going into the bye week, 3-3, 500 record. And week 7 is our bye. Week 8, we come out of it, and we have the Steelers on Sunday night. This Steelers, I mean, they got, right now I argue the Steelers have the best, they have the best trio between wide receiver, quarterback, and running back. When you have Antonio Brown, Ben Roethlisberger, and Bell. Wow, my head's nodded in it. When you have Bell, Roethlisberger, and Brown, I think that tandem of those three guys are better than most other teams are going to throw out there. They might be the best one. I mean, when you got Dak, Elliott, and Bryant, I think I still have them a step below the Steelers trio. So when you have that, their defense is starting to get better again. That's what they've been building on. They want that defense to be stellar again. You know, the old Pittsburgh Steelers defense of old. I say the Steelers beat us, and now everyone's, oh no. Really, wheels look like they're really falling off. So we go from a Sunday night game against the Steelers to a Monday night game at Green Bay. It is going to be in November. Weather conditions could be crap, so you always got to take that into effect. It's in Lambeau. As much as I hate the Packers, I think we're going to lose in Lambeau again. I didn't see anything really. I don't know. I hate the Packers. I really wish we could beat them every time we played them, but I don't think we're going to. So I think we're losing against the Packers, and it's on Monday night. Then people are gonna be like, "Wow, the Lions have lost 2 of the 3 primetime games we gave them. They're crap." So that's how that always goes. Then, thankfully, that next Sunday we play the Browns. Okay, I have us down at 3-5. So here we go, 4-5. Don't have to talk much about the Browns. It's the Browns. We go to the Bears. At the Bears, again, it's the Bears. Don't have to talk much about them. We're going to beat them. I mean, you get rid of a below-average quarterback to pick up a below-average quarterback, and then trade away most of your future to draft a below-average quarterback. You didn't really fix anything there, Chicago. So Lions beat Chicago, and that's easy. The Lions now are 5-5, 500 again, and I think this is at this point where it's probably the optimistic view I have right now is the Lions be at 5-5 at this point. Their schedule is pretty rough. I mean, playoff team. The Vikings are a couple years removed from the playoffs. Injuries don't happen. They were a playoff team last year. Panthers are, again, a couple years removed. The Saints, Drew Brees, you never know. They could end up being world beaters out of the blue. Steelers playoffs. Packers are playoffs. Then you get the Browns. Then you get the Bears. So now we're starting to hit our easier portion of our schedule. So after that, we have the Vikings, which is at home. I think we beat them again. We'll sweep the Vikings. No, so we'll lose to the Vikings. So we'll beat the Vikings at home, and that's Thanksgiving. They're giving them a little bit of revenge, try to take back what we got them last year. So I think we'll beat the Vikings. We'll be 6-5 at this point, 11 games in. Then we play the Ravens at Baltimore, and this is the same. The NFC North, you have 3 contenders in the Browns. Every year it's going to be between the Steelers, the Ravens, and the Bengals. They all kind of like switch in and out of like the rankings and the standings in the AFC North. So it could be one year that this could be the year that again the Ravens are on top, the Steelers could be on top, Bengals could be on top. We play all those teams. Play the AFC North this year. So in Baltimore, I'm gonna have to say we lose. I mean, most of these games I can see it like going one way or the other. Like it's who has the ball less. I see that in a lot of these games that I'm predicting losses. And again, it's way too early. So, but yeah, I have us losing to the Ravens in Baltimore to put us at 6-6. But then we get to go down south to Tampa. Love going to Tampa. to play the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. It's going to be nicer. It's not going to be frigid like it's going to be up here. So I think we can beat them. The Buccaneers I see as a team on the rise. They're my kind of, I don't know if you can call them a dark horse after last season, how decent they were last season, but they're going to be my dark horse this year to make this playoffs. But yeah, I have the Lions beating the Buccaneers, and that'll put them back at 6-6. 3 games left. We have the Bears at home. It's a 4:30 kickoff in the NFL Network on December 16. That's weird. It's odd. Why is that significant? Why would we have a 4:30? Anyways, we'll win. And that puts us at 7-6. We have the Bengals. Again, is this going to be the Bengals team last year? Is it going to be the Bengals team that competes for the AFC North a couple years ago? If it's last year, we beat them again. It's the same thing with the Panthers. I'm a little more inclined to think we beat the Bengals more often than we'd beat the Panthers if it was 2 years ago Panthers and the 2 years ago Bengals, if that makes any sense. So I'll have us beating the Bengals. That'll put us at 8-6, 8-7, 8-6. Nope, 8-6. Puts us at 8-6, and then going into our last game of the season is everyone thinks it's going to be for the NFC North championship or the NFC North crown. Between us and the Packers, and it's Packers coming to our house. And I think we're at the point now where we can split with the Packers almost every season. Hopefully Aaron Rodgers is starting his downhill climb, and as Stafford's trending up more. So yeah, I'm gonna have us win. And I can't now. I'm lost track, but have us win that one. So if we go back up to the top, beat the Cardinals, we'll beat the Giants, we'll lose to the Falcons, lose to the Vikings, lose to the Panthers, beat the Saints. So we're 3-3 after 6 weeks, and then lose Steelers and Packers. So we're 3-5. Beat the Browns, beat the Bears, 5-5. Beat the Vikings, we're 6-5. Lose to the Ravens, 6-6. Beat the Bucks, 7-6, beat the Bears. So I have a 4-game winning streak at the end of the season to finish 10-6. It could be good enough to win the NFC North this year. 10-6 was good enough last year. Had we won against the Packers, we would have won the NFC North and been higher in the playoff seedings. We lost, and then we had to play Seattle. Lost that game. We were out of the playoffs in the wild card round. So 10-6. I was kind of being pessimistic there for a while. We'd have to roll off 4 wins at the end of the year against the Bucks, which could be a good team this year, a really good team, make the playoffs. The Bears, they're the Bears. The Bengals could be better than they were last year and go back to old form. And the Packers are, as long as Aaron Rodgers is there, they're going to be good. So as long as we're playing meaningful football in December, I think I'll be happy there. Yeah, 10-6. So let me know what you guys think about the predictions. Post your own down below in the comments. Yeah, I didn't realize how I was going in this pessimistic. I still am going 10-6. I'm gonna have to redo this. My feeling is gonna change closer to the season we get as we start to see rosters being fleshed out and who's making teams, who's not. That'll change there, and injuries during preseason. That's why you don't ever do a fantasy draft until week 3 of the preseason. Don't do it. But yeah. Like the video, like, share, subscribe, leave comments down below. Let me know what you think. Post your own record predictions, and I'll get more in depth in these as the season comes up. And of course, during the season, I'll do week by week previews, reviews, those things like I did last year. So yeah, if you like the video, all that good stuff, and I will see you guys all next time.